control. This is little, you can say, a tricky question where all minor points you have to consider while solving this particular sum. So let's continue with this. Maharatna Limited, a public sector undertaking, PSU, produces product A. The company is in process of preparing its revenue budget for the year 2022. So company is planning to prepare their revenue budget for the coming year. The company has the following information which can be useful in preparing the budget. The very first thing, it has anticipated 12% growth in sales volume from the year 2021 of 4,20,000 ton. Means at present sales volume, sir, what is the meaning of sales volume? Sales quantity is 4,20,000 tons, but it is anticipated that it will be growing by 12% in the next year, and that is why very first, if you check the sales revenue which is given in terms of tons, it is recorded 4,20,000 in the current year, previous year, and in upcoming year it will be increasing by 12%. So simply on calci you can do this, 4,20,000 plus 12%, you are going to get the second figure. Now next point says that the sale price of 23,000 per ton, this is the present sale price, will be increased by 10%. Your selling price is going to get increased by 10%, but there is a condition, provided, question say, provided wholesale price index, that is WPI, increases by 5%. Means it is expected that the selling price per ton will be increasing only if your WPI increases by 5%. If WPI is not getting increased by 5%, then there won't be any change in the selling price. So for implementing this particular change, we need to check whether WPI is increasing or not. Please check point number 4. It clearly states that the projected increase in WPI for 2022 is only 4%. Means your WPI is not getting increased by 5%. That's why this change will not happen in future. Your selling price will remain constant, 23,000 in both the period. You can check here, 23,000, same selling price is taken. Why? Because of only one reason, your WPI has not increased by 5%, it has increased only by 4%. That's why there is no change in the selling price. Your sales quantity into selling price will give you total sales revenue, and sales revenue is computed. They have recorded all the amounts in lakhs. They have removed all 5 zeros out of all the total amounts. After that, let's read further. We have just completed with point number 1, point number 2 and point number 4 also in advance we have considered. Point number 3 says, to produce 1 ton of product A, what is the input output ratio is given? If you are willing to get 1 ton of product, means final product, you should introduce 2.3 tons of raw material. So this is my finished goods, this is my raw material. As per given information, for getting 1 ton, 2.3 ton of raw material is required. So for getting 4,20,000 tons, how much material is needed? That you need to compute by cross multiplying. Into 1 divided by 2.3, your material needed you will be getting on your calculator. Kindly check the values, whatever values you will be calculating, correct? No? So 1 ton you will be getting 2.3 tons. Then your final product which you are planning to prepare is 4,20,000 tons as per given information. Then for this final product of 4,20,000 ton, how much raw material is needed? 4,20,000 multiplied by 2.3, it is equal to 9,66,000 quantity of raw material consumption is needed. For second calculation also, if this is the composition given, 1 ton gives you, 2.3 tons of material gives you 1 ton of output, then for 470,400 of output, how much material is needed? 4,70,400 into 2.3, you are going to get 1,081,920. You can cross verify. This is what we have computed. Now, this is the only quantity of raw material which you are going to consume in the current year as well as future year. The price of raw material is given, that is 4,500 per ton at present. the price of raw material will also increase by 10% if WPI increases by 5%. Is your WPI is increasing 5%? No. So this is invalid change which we are not going to consider while solving the sum, as WIP is getting increased only and only by 4%. That is your WPI. Sir, what was that WPI? WPI is wholesale price index. Wholesale price index is not getting increased by 5%. So your price 4,500 will remain constant, and they have taken 4,500 in both the places because WPI has not increased by 5%, and this multiplication will give you amount of RMC. So hope you have understood till this point. Sales quantity we have calculated. Selling price we have taken as same because your WPI has not increased by 5%. Sales value we computed by multiplying volume and price, then raw material consumption quantity we ascertain, and then we multiplied that with the material price. Let's move further. Point number 5 says a total 6,000 employees works for the company. So in all, 6,000 workers, employees are going to work for your company, and the company works 26 days in a month. Out of the 6,000 employees, 85% employees, 6,000 into 85% means 5,100 employees of the company are permanent and getting salary as per 5th year wage agreement. The earning per man shift means an employee cost for a shift of 8 hours is 3,000 rupees. So each employee for each day is getting 3,000 rupees amount excluding terminal benefits. Next point says the new wage agreement will implemented from 1st July and it is expected that 15% increase in pay will be given. So this particular information belongs to only 85% employees. So for 85% employees means for 5,100 employees you are going to pay 3,000 rupees per day. Now these employees are going to work for 26 days in a month, and we are preparing statement for a year. That's why we are further multiplying it by 12. Hope you are understanding this calculation. 5,100 employees are getting paid as per 3,000 rupees each. They will be working for 26 days. So I multiplied that amount by 26. So per month amount is available on my Calc, and to get annual figure, we are going to further multiply it by 12. So you are going to get this figure on your Calc. Divide that figure by 1 lakh. You will be getting answer in lakhs. It is 47,736. Same way. The same amount you need to calculate, but in same amount certain additional cost is to be incurred, as it is clearly given that 15% increment is expected in this particular cost. Sir, how to calculate this incremental cost? See what question says. From 1st July 2022, sir, 1st July 2022 means not from the beginning of the year. It is happening in between the year. Your financial year started from April, May, June. For first 3 months there is absolutely no change. First check whether financial year is given or calendar year is given. First check that. Now budget for the year 2022 is given, means company is using calendar year, and this is very important. This calendar year always starts from January. So if you count from January, February, March, April, May, June, for first 6 months your workers are going to get only 3,000 rupees. So you can check the calculation. They have taken number of employees, they have taken number of days, they have taken 3,000 rupees, but they have multiplied it only with 6 months. So what about the remaining thing? Remaining 6 months in this 3,000 plus 15% wage rate is to be given to your worker. So 3,000 plus 15% revised applicable wage rate for the remaining 6 months is 3,450, which will be paying to all the 5,100 employees for 26 days a month. Understood? So in first month you are getting plain wages, second month you are getting plain wages for first 6 months, and for rest of the 6 months you will be getting the incremental wages, which is 15%, and this is how this amount is computed. But this one is only 85% part. What about the rest 15%? It is also mentioned in the question that the casual employees, means remaining 15% employees, are getting daily wage of 850. The wages In link to consumer price index, the present CPI is 165.17 points and it is expected to be 173.59 points in year 2020. Index is getting changed. So at present, out of 6,000, if you compute 15% employees, your casual employees are only and only 900. 900 employees are getting paid at the rate of 850 rupees each per day. Now they will be working for 26 days and according to the 12 months a year, yearly amount of wages is computed. This is the first thing. Now try and understand this 2386.80 amount which you have given to your workers is computed according to the present index of 165.17. So it is for 165.17. I just need to compute the index price which is changed to 173.59. For 173.59, how much wages I need to incur? So 2386.80 into 173.59 divided by 165.17 will give you the same amount on your calc. It is 2508.47. You can cross verify. So we computed sales. We computed material, we computed wages. Wages we bifurcated into two parts, 85%, 15%. This 6 monthly calculation is very important. Now after that, remaining cost items are given. Point number 7. Power cost for the year 2021 is 42 lakhs for 7 lakhs units. So very first 42 lakhs divided by 7 lakh, I have computed 6 rupees per unit calculation. Correct, no? 1 unit consume 1 kilowatt. 60% of the power is used for production purpose directly related to production volume and remaining are for employee quarters and administrative offices. You have used 60% of power for productive purpose, means for factory, and remaining power you are using for your employee quarters and administrative purposes. That means what? All power cost is divided into 3 parts. Production power cost, then employee and office related power cost, this one is given in the question, and total consumption we can compute according to this bifurcation. According to the given breakup, out of total power, 60% related to production. What is our quantity of production? 4,20,000 and 4,70,400. So this quantities you should take and you have to calculate 60% of that. Sir, how to calculate? Try and understand, it is very simple. Now if you want to calculate this easily, you are going to get the same quantities again as this 7 lakhs is given in the question. Sir, where it is given? See here, total 7 lakh units are given. 7 lakhs into 60% is 4,20,000 units of power you are consuming for production purpose. Correct? Now plus 12%. Again you are going to get the same quantity. See here, same quantity. Directly also you can take these quantities from here and same quantities you can put here. Else you can calculate by using the given information from the power. Now first part of 7 lakh is recorded here. Second part is the balancing figure. First part is recorded here. Second part is the balancing figure. Now sir, why this power consumption is not increased over the period of time? See here. During the year 2021, the company has paid rupees 60 lakhs for safety and maintenance. Everything is given. The amount will increase in proportion to the volume of production. Your production related power consumption is going to increase in the volume of production. In same proportion, it is going to get increased, means it is increased by 12%. Then during the year 2021, the company has paid 1,20,000 for purchase of diesel. This is diesel cost and other information is given. So it is clearly mentioned that whenever you are using your power, if power is incurred for production purpose, that will increase in the proportion of production unit. But when it is incurred for the purpose of employees and office units, in that case there is no information given. That's why we have taken the same number of units here. So by adding up both the values, we have calculated the total power consumption unit, and per unit rate any which way we have computed in the beginning only. So 7 lakhs into 6 and 7,50,406, you are going to get the power consumption. Safety and maintenance cost is the next item which is given directly. Your safety and maintenance cost says that 60 lakhs is the at present cost. See here recorded. And it will increase in the same proportion. So I have increased it 60 plus 12%. It is equal to 67.2. Hope you are not getting confused, student. Now, some students are stuck over here. Production units. If you are consuming power and if you are producing only 4,20,000 unit, whenever your production is getting increased, power units will get increased. Your employee and office cost is generally remains constant. According to production, your employee and office cost is not going to change. No, that's why I have taken these elements as same, and then I have taken the total. Then further I multiplied them with 6 to get the total power cost, and total power cost is computed. Done. Safety and maintenance cost directly given. If you read the next point, diesel cost is also given. It is 1,20,000. Again, it is expected to increase by 15%. So first diesel cost is 1.2, that is 1,20,000. And when it will increase by 15%, so your 1,20,000 plus 15% will become 1,38,000, and that amount is also recorded here. They have just shown it separately. During the year 2020, when the company has paid 6 lakhs for car hire charges, they have paid 6 lakhs for car hire charges, excluding fuel cost. In 2020, the company has decided to reimburse the diesel cost to the car rental company. Reimbursement we have recorded. Doing this will attract 5% GST on reverse charge mechanism, RCM basis, on which the company will not get GST input credit. Input is not available. So we need to compute here GST also. So on this 138, 5% GST is applicable, and whenever you are going to calculate the GST, you will be getting your GST here automatically. So on this calculation of higher charges, doing this means this reversal of 6 lakhs rupees car hire charges excluding fuel cost we have already charged, and the same higher charges we need to incur in future. Correct? And from that particular calculation, if you are going to calculate your GST, you will be getting 369 of this combined amount, 7.38 into 5%, you are going to get the GST. So higher charge plus fuel cost, total cost will attract some GST, and that GST is taken into consideration if ITC is available. If claim is available, in that case we are going to exclude the GST from our calculation. So here our higher charges cost is computed, and finally last point says depreciation on asset is given, and it will be 15% lower. So first record this amount in current period, and then for the next period you should deduct 18040 minus 15%. Automatically you will be getting this particular amount, and finally when total cost is available, all the cost values you should add and deduct these cost values from your sales. You will be getting your profit. This is the thing which is asked in the question. Question is asking us to prepare the revenue flexible budget for the year 22 and also show the budgeted profit and loss. So we have recorded all the details according to the given information, and we computed the profit and loss associated with the different period. First year loss, second year loss, everything is computed, and this is the end of your RTP practical question.